Hi everyone, and welcome back to Catherine's Plates. Today I'm going to show you how to make the most easiest but so delicious chicken cordon bleu lasagna. If you like chicken cordon bleu and you like lasagna, we're going to put those pieces together. Okay, you guys, I found this recipe off of one of my favorite channels that I like to watch, Cooking with Rick. Now, if you haven't been over there yet, I will link his channel down below in my description box along with his video, Chicken Cordon Bleu Lasagna. I saw this recipe and I was like, I had to make it. We're always looking for different ways to make something, and this one fit the bill. Cordon bleu lasagna, oh my gosh, we are so there. Okay guys, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I also have about over 500 videos out there if you want to watch. Have fun. Okay guys, we're going to start off with the base of this lasagna, which is the white sauce. It always has to be homemade, right? It's so delicious when you make it yourself. Let's get started. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with the white sauce, or as you may know it, the bechamel sauce. Now I've got a medium pot over medium-high heat. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter and get that going into our pan here. Now, I've got some oil over here that I'm going to just drizzle a little bit into the pan also. And then what we're going to do is let this butter come to a sizzle. Now, the first ingredient is going to be onion. Now, I've diced a medium onion into small pieces. Now, y'all, I love onions and I cook them in almost everything. A lot of dishes. Go ahead and add that. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to stir these around for a little bit until they get nice and soft and translucent. Just take just a few minutes. Now, I'm going to bring my salt and pepper over, and then we're going to season with just a pinch of salt and pepper, and this will just give it a nice flavor as we're going along. Okay, they are nice and soft and translucent. We're going to go ahead now and start making our roux. So I've got 4 tablespoons of butter going in. We're going to melt that down just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead here and transfer over to a wooden spoon. Help out just a little bit. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of garlic now. We don't want to do it earlier because we didn't want it to burn, so we're going to add it right towards the end here. Let it cook down with the onions another minute or so. Alright, let's go ahead and just give that a mix. Now I'm going to add my flour. I've got 4 tablespoons of flour I'm going to put in. Now you want to make sure you have equal parts of flour and butter when you're making a roux. I'm going to stir this together and continually mix this for about 1 minute, and what that will do is cook that raw flour taste out of the flour here. So just continually mix this. Alright, I'm bringing over some chicken broth here. I've got about 2 cups that I'm going to be putting in, but I'm going to start off real slow because what we want to do is add the chicken broth and mix it into the roux here, and we don't want to make any lumps, so we really want to keep stirring this and adding the broth until we get to 2 cups worth. Alright, we're going to switch over to a whisk now, and that will help get all of the lumps out of there. I'm going to go ahead now and start stirring in our 2 cups of milk. And just gradually do this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead now and raise the heat up on my burner and then pour in the rest of the milk, and then just continually stir this. And what we're looking to do is have this come up to a boil. And that will start the thickening process. Alright, now that we've got our boil, we're going to go ahead now and start seasoning this. Now I've put in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Got some garlic powder here. I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of that, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm going to whisk this all together. Now make sure you taste this along the way and make sure you have the flavors you're looking for. If you need to add some more seasoning, you can go right ahead at this stage. All right, we're going to go ahead now and turn off the burner now that we have a nice thick consistency here. Okay, I am preheating my oven to 350 degrees. I'm using a 9x13 casserole dish, which I'm going to lightly spray with some cooking spray. And what that will do is help prevent the ingredients from sticking. Okay, let's go ahead and add about 2 spoonfuls of the sauce into the bottom of our dish here. And then just smooth it out. Get all into the corners. All right. Okay, I've got some chicken here. Now whether you broil it, bake the chicken, boil the chicken, or whether you use rotisserie chicken, which is what I have too, you just want to make sure that it is cooked chicken. And we're needing about 2 cups of this, because half of this is going to go into the bottom of our casserole dish here. Okay, I've got some ham here. This is deli ham that I just chopped up into bite-sized pieces, and I'm just going to spread a half of this onto the chicken mixture here. Alright, I'm using some oven-ready lasagna sheets for this dish here. Oven-ready just means you don't have to boil these noodles. You can use plain noodles also and just boil those and use them. So what we're going to do is just place a single layer of these noodles on top of the ham. Now you can break up some of the pieces from the box and put them in the corners and the edges wherever you need to fill in. Alright, I'm going to take 1/3 of this sauce and smear it over my lasagna noodles here so they can stay nice and moist once they go in the oven. Here's my favorite ingredient for lasagna, cottage cheese. This is a 16-ounce container, so I'm going to be using about 8 ounces of this. Now, cottage cheese or ricotta cheese, which one is your favorite to use in lasagna? I use cottage cheese because I grew up with it, and also I like the saltiness of it. So what we're going to do is just spread this over the sauce, and I just kind of dollop it on there. And we're just going to put about 8 ounces on here. So just flake it out of the container. Swiss cheese, doesn't that sound like cordon bleu? That is the favorite cheese that you use for cordon bleu. So what we're going to do is, I've got slices here, and I'm just going to lay those across the cottage cheese. Now if you want to use shredded cheese, you can also use the shredded Swiss cheese if you like. Alright, we're going to go ahead now and start with our second layer. So the rest of my cooked chicken, which is about 1 cup, is going across the Swiss cheese here. And And then I'm going to add the rest of my half a cup of chopped up ham. All right, we're going to put some more lasagna noodles on top of there. One third of the sauce is going to go on top of the noodles. The rest of the cottage cheese, which is 8 ounces. If you're using ricotta, just make sure it's 8 ounces. There we go. And then I'm going to add another layer of Swiss cheese across the cottage cheese there. Add the rest of the sauce, covering all of that Swiss cheese. Oh, doesn't that look good? Okay guys, this is going in my preheated oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, when it comes out of the oven, I'm going to sit here and sprinkle some parsley on the top of it. I'm going to let it rest for about 10 minutes just to kind of solidify and pull everything together, and then we're going to give this a try. Okay guys, you know the flavors of chicken cordon bleu. We have the ham, the Swiss cheese, and the chicken, and then we got the lasagna, and I made that delicious white sauce or bechamel sauce, whatever you want to call it, and we put it all together with some delicious cottage cheese and other flavorings. Okay guys, here goes my bite. Mmm. Mmm. Okay, that is so smooth, so delicious, so creamy. Y'all, put this one together. Now remember, I got this recipe from Cooking with Rick's channel, and I'll link it down below in my description box and also his video. Go check it out. Okay, y'all, give me a thumbs up for this recipe. Make sure if you're new to my channel, you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll always know when my shows are posted. All right, I will see you on my next episode.